going on YouTube? Just your friendly neighborhood young Chevy truck trying to bring you guys another video today. And today, I'm trying to route my cable. I'm trying to route the cable in the C10 for the shifter. And I'm kind of just doing my homework right now. I really didn't want to explain too much until I figured out exactly how I'm going to go about it, because I might need more cable. I'm doing my research. I might need some more cable. By the way I have the shifter mounted, and the fact that the shifter is leaned back like it is, might need more cable, because I might be kinking it by routing the cable where I need it to go with that little bit of length that we have. It's only 5 feet, but that 5 feet goes away really quick when you start to route it all where it should go. Or at least that's what it seems like right now. I mean, this is kind of outside looking in. I'm really just like, kind of eyeballing it just to make sure that it's all gonna line up, and it's not really looking like it's gonna line up. But I plan on right now measuring the space so that I can see how much cable I might need, because there has to be a custom cable guy out there or something who can do stuff like this, who can make stuff like this. So yeah, I'm working on it, because it doesn't look like we're gonna have enough. But let me do some more homework and then I'll get back to y'all. I'm kind of just doing this whole like sort of mock-up situation. So I'm just trying to see what I need to buy at the parts store to make this all come together. So this is just part of what I gotta do today, but I figured I'd show it to you. So the cable is gonna lie somewhere about yay over there. Alright, when it comes out. Because like I said, this is tilted back in a way where it would kink a wee bit more than I would like to admit. It would kink more than I would like, and I would like it to be a little bit more free flowing. So if I wanted to be more free flowing, then I would probably have to just get a longer cable for the job, because I don't want to modify this any more than that. And I would like the cable to go in literally like right there, and then from that point loop around and go underneath and up to that left side, that driver side of the transmission when it's in. So man, it makes things interesting. This is an interesting job because I've never done anything like this before. But yeah, I think I'm still gonna go ahead and measure the space, because if I measure, say if I like mark with a Sharpie right there how much cable that's gonna take before it goes in the floor, and then use what's left as a means of eyeballing where it's gonna lie when I have to route it and put it with the transmission, then I'll get a better idea of if I actually need to buy a longer cable or not. So let's do that. Alright, so I'm guessing right about there is where the cable will go. Yeah, right about there. So I'm gonna go ahead and mark that with the Sharpie. And I don't think that'll kink it too bad when it goes underneath the car and next to the exhaust and all that. Yeah, I might need a longer cable though. I think this is killing us. I think the fact that I think the kit was made for a car. It was made for a car, and it was made for the shifter sitting flush with the floor, or close to being flush with the floor. So the fact that it's not flush with the floor, and the fact that it's elevated pretty high, because like I said, I need to be able to reach it. It's killing us, but we're figuring it out. Alright, so by following that mark, we see on the top side of the cable we got a foot with 10 inches, right? So bottom side we should have 3 feet 2 inches of cable. I think I did that right. Yeah, like 3 feet 2 inches on the bottom side to work with to route to the other side of the transmission, because we're going around the back and then routing it facing forward. So, you know what, let me just show you the diagram. So we're gonna do it like this. Go like that. Because it's for Ford and GM. So, yep, just like that. And on the other side, this is where about the point the cable will fall underneath, and then from that point all the way around to here we got 3 feet 2 inches. So it might be enough, but I also need to kind of measure. We might be better off just drilling the hole and letting the excess hang down below, putting the transmission in and seeing if it's enough, seeing if there's enough cable for us to use. Seems like that's the only way, because we're never really gonna know, because obviously the transmission isn't in there, so it's hard to you know, eyeball it and guess at where the transmission might be or where the transmission is going to be. Yeah, so the transmission would have to be in there for us to really know if we have enough cable or not. So I think that might just be our next situation. We might just have to throw the transmission in. So I'm gonna go ahead and talk to my advisors, and we're gonna come up with a plan. Alright, y'all, so my advisor seems to think that we're gonna be okay with the 3 feet 2 inches that we have on the bottom side of the situation. Like I said, we got a foot 10 inches. Did I do that math right? A foot 10 inches, and yes. If it's 5 feet, then yeah, then it's 3 feet 2 inches on the bottom side. We should be good with 3 feet 2 inches on the bottom side for routing it up to the transmission. And I'm also, at some point, I'm gonna be looking at who sells cables that are a little bit longer. B&M should have cables that are slightly longer. They got to. It wouldn't be right if they didn't. So I'm gonna look up those and the prices of those, and I'll probably let y'all know what the prices are of those before the end of this video. I think at the very least I want to get that hole drilled and the cable routed through in this video. That's kind of my goal right now. Just get the cable routed through, and then we can start working on the transmission and all that tomorrow. Also, I'm putting a lock washer and probably some Loctite too on that bolt that holds the switch onto the shifter. And as you saw in the last video, I figured it out. It was the fact that the bolt is turned all the way in. The fact that the bolt is turned all the way in was the problem with my shifter, with my reverse light. The fact that it was turned all the way in is the problem. So it has to be turned out just a little bit. But when you do that, it's a little loose. So that's why I'm gonna put the lock washer on there, and then it'll hold itself in place, and hopefully it won't walk away. So we're gonna go get all that stuff. Also, we're getting a grommet for the shifter cable, and then we should be good to go to drill this hole.
Drill hole size 11/16 inch hole, and drill hole size over here is a 1/2 inch hole.
I'm saying
so
the drill bit is a 1/2.
Is it?
Yeah.
Because so that being said, then this would be the grommet for it, according to what's written on the back of the package.
I mean, I don't know if the thin part of the cable is going to be the same size. It might be. But I guess it's fine though. Either way,
if the thin part of the, let me see, the cable.
Yeah, you got it.
I see what you're saying.
I guess I'm just trying to make sure that
it's a good snug fit.
Or what I'm really more concerned about is the grommet fitting in the hole that we drill. That's what I'm really worried about.
I got you.
Because if we're drilling only a half inch hole, then we would need a thin little grommet for the job.
But the grommet's got some flexibility to them though.
Yeah.
I get a good feeling that between the two of these, this and that,
We'll figure it out.
Even if you have to cut this and, like you were talking earlier, custom fit it, make it smaller, it would be okay if the already small ones don't work. At what, $2 a pack?
Yeah, we'll take them.
Okay.
We'll take them
Both?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the real expenses in this puppy, I think this is $16.
Yeah, but I figured it'll last long. And it's one of those things that.
Let's try to keep it attached to this package. So we'll know.
Thanks again.
Thank you.
All right, what's going on, y'all? New day. I got a lot of things I want to do today. A lot of things I want to get done. But I think for just this video, we're just gonna be, routing the cable, and that's gonna be that. And then we'll move on to the other things I gotta do in separate different videos. So I'm really hoping to get like 4 or 5 videos out of the day. So, but for the task at hand right now, I just sort of mediocre put the cable onto the shifter. It's kind of nice to see it finally on there and see it like actually work. So yeah, it's nice to see. And I guess I'm kind of guesstimating that it should go into the floor right about there, right? Literally right at where my mark is. But I wanted the cable to be kind of secured first before I start judging where the hole should be. So I'm probably gonna just peel back the carpet, aim that way, and go ahead and drill the hole. The only problem is that I don't know if the hole is gonna be in a weird spot in the truck. Like it might be more of like an oval and not necessarily a perfect circle if it's going in at this angle, because I'm gonna try to follow the angle of the cable so it doesn't have to kink too bad when it's going through and passing through. So I don't really know how I'm gonna go about that yet, but yeah, let's just go ahead and peel the carpet back and take a look. And to be honest with you, I don't even know what this is. Like, this has been in the truck for years. I have no idea what it is. So, whatever. I do not want to see how rusty this floor is, but looks like I'm gonna have to just a little bit to put this in the right spot. All type of wires under here. I don't know where these joints go. I don't know where they go at all, but whatever. So it looks like it's gonna be about right in here where this is gonna have to go through. And of course the hole we're drilling is slightly bigger than the cable, but we got some grommets that we're gonna try to finagle to use. And I'm just hoping it doesn't kink too bad. That's really what I'm worried about. I don't want it to kink too bad, because then it'll wear down the cable really fast. And I'm trying to have this thing somewhat dependable and somewhat reliable as I go back to driving it. So yeah. Alright, so it looks like the cable's going to want to fall right next to that little dimple right there. That little line. So I'm going to try to find that line on the underside, because it should be going through right about here in a perfect world. Alright, and there's the dimple on the other side. So just trying to make sure I'm not going to hit anything. It looks like I'm going to kind of glide right off the bell housing, hopefully, and just kind of slide over there and then route the cable underneath. I don't know if I'm going to have enough. It don't look like it, but they do make bigger cables. I did look it up, and they make 6 feet cables. So, and the one I got is a 5-footer. So yeah, we got options. We got options for sure. So yeah, I think I'm gonna go ahead and get Kevin Dean out here so he can hold the camera, and then we'll see about it. Right direction? Yep. Okay. Ready?
Yep.
Cause I'm gonna start and then
Okay.
go at it. So I'm gonna just make the hole first and then worry about
Fine tuning it.
yeah. Cool. I was sweating bullets the whole time though.
Why?
I don't know.
Let's see.
So now I can
Do the round and round. Yeah.
another thing on fire.
Hmm?
That was on fire. Oh, it's not that bad. I want to look at it down below.
Mm-hmm.
Both of these come off? Because if I'm going to drop this through, they got to.
Yeah. The one of them. The top or the bottom.
Well, both would have to, because this one ain't
they
going to...
sure do, because they the top and bottom somewhere else.
Take that off too.
Mm.
Just gonna put it all right back on when it gets to the bottom side.
Mm-hmm.
And then as for making the grommet, we might have to pull this all back out all over again.
Making the grommets could be the next step after you do the trial of putting the putting it through and see what it does. The grommets part's gonna be easier than you think. Be interesting to see what kind of wiggle room exists around the cable through the hole before the grommet.
It has to stay off. Perfect. Actually, let me go down below.
Mm-hmm.
I need you to feed while I guide it, cause
Okay.
it's hitting stuff.
Something, yeah. Uh-uh. That's all of it.
We definitely gonna need more.
Really?
Yeah.
Ah, boo.
We definitely gonna need more. Sure, definitely gonna need
You want the camera to show?
this. Yeah. I might as well go ahead and put the order in now. Like they have an 8-foot one.
Uh-huh. I guess too much is an easier negotiation than too little.
Yeah, I'm thinking the same. All right, y'all. This ain't gonna be enough. I'm trying to do my best to show y'all. That is definitely not gonna be enough because it has to loop around one time. And if it's gonna loop around, well, I don't think it has enough to loop around because it's supposed to loop around under the tail shaft.
So then the next question is how much longer than what you have, because you know what you have, inch-wise, how much longer would reach?
Like I said, we got 5, maybe 6 or 7, honestly.
Inches?
Yeah, 6 feet.
Feet, okay. And this is what it is?
This is a 5 foot.
Okay.
I think 6 foot or 7 foot. Cause you see, if I can loop it around, of course, here in my hand, but it's supposed to go underneath the tail shaft, and I think the tail shaft is sitting right about here, not way up here.
Yeah. Well, again, too much is way easier to deal with than too little.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking that too. Cause too much, you can kind of throw a little bit over there in that frame rail, throw a little bit over here in this frame rail.
Yeah, and then the little bridge thing that goes, from, I don't know what you call it, that right there at your knees. You can run a little.
And then some has to come out because the transmission is gonna go right there. So some of it has to kind of go out and into that area in order to come back around. So we're gonna need a lot more, honestly. I think that's what it's looking like.
So what's the longest they make, you would imagine?
I saw 8.
Okay.
It might be more than that, but what I saw online was 8 when I looked from B&M themselves, the people that make this cable and this kit. I would rather get that one because then it means, I won't have to do no finagling there.
Right.
So this video is getting kind of long, so I think I'm going to go ahead and chop it up into 2 parts. I really appreciate you guys watching. Make sure you like the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Have a good one.